Hello, welcome to Parenting Vibes with Kola Sodiya. In this video, I will be talking on how to avoid the traps of wrong parenting. I know you love your children, but being in love with your children, being careful observers of their needs and developments may not guarantee the result of right parenting. How do I mean? There are certain realities that live with us as parents that, if not properly handled, they affect relationship with our children negatively. Number one of those realities is wishful thinking. Your high hopes and expectations on your children, to an extent, determines the level and intensity of your reward and punishment when it comes to the deeds of your children. Apart from the reality of wishful thinking, we also have the moralistic biases. By principle, there are certain things that you wouldn't compromise. But when it comes to your children, because they are your children, you may concede. It is a bias. The other thing, which is a reality that we may not have observed, is this contagious fads, FAD. There are things that fly in the air, maybe as a result of trends, and you just pick them from the air, from the community, from somewhere, and you apply that principle on your children. They may not have time value, and you have to be very careful with what you pick outside and apply on your children when it comes to their upbringing and their training. Aside the contagious fads, there's this personal history that comes to play when it comes to how you react to your children matters. Sometimes the kind of person you are determines the kind of reaction that you give towards the deeds of your children. And your person sometimes prevail over your head when it comes to reactions. This could be a trap if not properly handled. The last of the list is this old psychology. There are things you've learned from somewhere, probably your parents. You thought their value system you should uphold, but time has happened on them that they may not be realistic again. This is old psychology. You have to check them. So, all the 5 realities that I've mentioned, the wishful thinking, the moralistic biases, the contagious fads, personal history, and also old psychology, they could be traps if not properly handled. Now, how do you avoid them? I'll give you the 3 tips that will help you. Number 1, exercise self-control over impulse reactions. There are certain things you observe about your children that you just have to give it second thought. That is where self-control comes when it comes to impulse reactions. Impulse reactions will want to make you to do things immediately you observe it, but you may not need to do that in that instant. You may need to give it second thought so that you have the right perspective of what really happens. Okay, that is number 1. Exercise self-control over impulse reactions. Number 2, apply 60-40% rule when it comes to communication with your children. Concede 60% communication to them, your children, and you take 40%. This gives you the ample opportunity to know a lot about them because they will express more than you express yourself to them. Give them the stage. Let them act so that you'll be able to see both the in-video and behind camera activities. Yes, That is the game you play to win with your children. The third one, update yourself. Actually, as parents, there are things we prioritize when it comes to child development. We prioritize self-esteem, self-control, emotional intelligence, siblings, conflicts, teenagers' rebellion. We prioritize those ones, which are very good. But sometimes you may need to consider something. Maybe from the new trends. That's where updating comes in. There are experts out there that are working day and night to ensure that new things are discovered, especially about children, from the science world and from the knowledge field. So, when you update yourself, you know what you should uphold. You know what the new things you should embrace. These are the 3 tips that will help you out to avoid those traps. Don't forget them. The first, exercise self-control over impulse reaction. Second, apply 60-40 rule. And third, update yourself from time to time. I believe you have been able to get value from what I've offered you. With that, subscribe to our channel to get more of our videos. Turn on the notification bell so that you'll be informed when there is new video. I appreciate your time on this platform. I remain your child development coach. We'll see you in the next video.